I don't know how they keep doing it, but yet again, the coming episode of Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2 is the most anticipated thing since, I don't know. Let's preview all the crazy possibilities for Episode 6. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button, and I'm here to remind you that we will be doing multiple videos a day, and so if you're not subscribed, you will miss videos. Oh, and just real quick, I saw some people saying that they weren't super fond of the edited together live stream videos and they prefer videos much like this one. And to you, I say, hey man, it's all good. We're just going to start offering up a bunch of different flavors of stuff. So we will always have the stuff that brought you to the channel, videos like this one, but we're also branching out. If it's not for you, that's okay. Now, when it comes to the preview for episode 6, let's begin where all of your minds are at right now. And that's about leaks or about inside knowledge or about all these crazy things. And I will just say that I think some of the people responsible for the leaks of last week's episode have been dealt with. And so, yeah, there's no leaks this week. Nobody really knows what is coming. I mean, a few people do, but it is not like last week. Now, I want to get into some of the stuff I'm specifically expecting, but the macro point here from me is that I think we are going to see something other than just picking up with Din Djarin and the child. Although that is possible, I'm leaning towards us following a different character. Right out the gate, I am expecting some Moff Gideon. I mean, we have been hearing so much from Giancarlo Esposito about Moff Gideon. He has been teasing it, and he's been teasing that it is coming, and I just can't believe the level of teasing he is doing is indicative of less than 3 episodes of craziness. I really expect to get some deep stuff with Moff Gideon. He has talked about how you will learn things about that character, about his past, about the deep connections he has potentially to the Empire, to Mandalore, to the Darksaber, and even the Force. I also think, of course, after name-dropping Thrawn, Thrawn is fair game, and if we do get a solo Moff Gideon episode, we could see him with the 7th Fleet meeting with Grand Admiral Thrawn and talking about their plans. As of right now, we don't know if Moff Gideon is working for Grand Admiral Thrawn, but I'm starting to lean that way, and I think we may get an explanation of that set up in an episode. And just in general, if we don't get Thrawn in this next episode, in episode 6, I still actually think it's pretty likely that we'll see the live-action Thrawn in the next few episodes. And this is because of Investor Day on December 10th, where Disney will be showing to their shareholders and to all of their investors what their plans are and how the restructuring that was announced a few weeks ago is going to affect content moving forward on Disney+, Hulu, ESPN+, and just in general. Disney is going to want to punch fans in the mouth and leave them begging for more, and all of the stuff that they're going to want to know about is going to be shown on Disney+. And so in order to convince shareholders that Disney+ is going to be incredible, in order to convince fans that they should keep subscribed to Disney+, they will likely tease something crazy. And I think Grand Admiral Thrawn could be that crazy thing. Now, there are 2 other options for very crazy episodes that would follow other characters than Din Djarin and Grogu, and one would be Ahsoka and one would be Boba. Now, Boba, we haven't heard much about at all since episode 1, but that blew up on social media, and just yesterday some reports came out about Slave 1, the cockpit for the fire spray that Boba Fett uses. It's actually built, it's going to be used in The Mandalorian Season 3 and likely in the solo Boba Fett show. And I'm predicting right now that we will get a tease, I think actual footage and a type of teaser or trailer on December 10th during the Investor Day. And so, of course, having the character return or have a solo episode or something like that in The Mandalorian before Investor Day would help to really create that buzz and to show to shareholders just how cool this is. You know, they can pull up numbers about how many people watch the show, how it was trending, etc., etc. Hopefully, they're starting to learn how to play this new game of spinning the digital information. I also think it's totally possible they do more stuff with Ahsoka. Before that last episode, I would have said, no way, it's a one-off. They're not going to go big with Ahsoka. But I think it's possible, man. I really think we could just watch her take her journey. Either leave Corvus and go try to find Grand Admiral Thrawn, or maybe she's still torturing the lady and then Gideon shows up or something crazy like that. I think it's totally possible because, again, Ahsoka is a character getting a solo show in live action. Sabine Wren will be joining her in that show. It's going to be a very big deal for Star Wars moving forward, likely to be something that could be teased on December 10th. And I want to stop for a second here and just reiterate to you guys, or maybe remind you that we only have 3 episodes left. We have 6, 7, and 8, okay? And there must be an epic finale for this show. The season's been incredible. It must end on an epic note that leaves us drooling for season 3, right? But that would really only leave this episode and maybe the next episode for offshoot episodes that don't follow Din to Tython. So yeah, I don't know, man. They could do something not with the main story and set up one of these other shows, set up Gideon, explain more about Ahsoka. There's a number of different things they could do in episode 6. Now, another thing I want to address when it comes to episode 6, and I think this is going to be on a lot of Star Wars fans' minds as we watch this episode, and this is this whole sort of story or narrative out there that there's a massive tonal shift in the second half of the season of The Mandalorian, of season 2, right? And thus far, we haven't really seen it. I mean, I think you could say maybe episode 5 is divergent, but not really, right? And so everybody's going to be looking at episode 6, 7, and 8 to see what were people saying when they talked about this. Now, the first person that brought this up was Grace Randolph. She was reporting about some drama with Pedro Pascal. Other people came forward to corroborate aspects of her report, mainly the fact that, yes, there was a tone shift in the second half of the season, but they refuted the part of Grace's report where she was claiming that Pedro was being a problem. And then, of course, Jon Favreau speaks in the Entertainment Weekly article about how he wants to show different stories, sort of hinting that even in the back half of the season, we could be exploring characters other than Din Djarin and at the time, you know, Baby Yoda. This is all really interesting stuff. And so there's a lot of reasons to be interested and excited for what is going to be happening in episode 6 and, of course, in episode 7 and 8 as well. Now, could we just get an episode with Din Djarin and Grogu and just continue on their story and go to Tython? Of course we could, and I wouldn't be mad at that, but I just have this feeling, and given sort of the mounting amount of evidence about this tonal shift, one would think this is the spot to do a different kind of episode. Now, the last thing I'll leave you with is just my fanboyish dreams, and that would be to absolutely put Thrawn in the episode, to fully explain Thrawn's position in the 7th Fleet, what is going on with Gideon, who he's hanging out with, and of course introduce Ezra Bridger. Show me Ezra Bridger with Thrawn and sort of introduce this really wide, crazy scoped thing that is going on in the galaxy and perhaps in the unknown regions. That would be the juice for me, but of course that's really fanboyish, right? But I would argue that this whole season has kind of been fanboyish in a lot of ways. So, you know, here's to hoping, but that would be my personal hope, is like a Gideon episode tying into Thrawn, Ezra, etc., and just really crack this thing open. But either way, I'm super excited to see what happens. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like on it. And again, we are dropping multiple videos a day, and so if you are not subscribed, it's very likely you will be missing videos. If you enjoy the content over here, then you will absolutely love the live streams we do straight from Nerdvengers Tower, Monday through Friday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.